Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Terra Tech. And on this episode, we are going to continue exactly where we left off, which was looking for the airplane somewhere out here. And our bot is not exactly the way it should be. We do have some difficulty getting around as it is, but I think these big yellow wheels may help us out a little bit more. You know, the GEO or the GSO blocks really aren't exactly suited for the desert region. That's basically what the bigger blocks were for, the geocore ones. But it would be nice if they functioned just a little bit better, so you kind of had that choice. Like, yeah, you should see a marked difference in using, these that are not suited for that region, but at some point you should see, at least if you have the right design, that it's being capable and not so clunky. And maybe it's just I don't have enough wheels. Like if I have wheels on the inside, maybe that would be the extra little thing I needed. But I don't know. I just think it could be a little bit more refined on that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys have a different opinion. Let me know. I'd be happy to share what I learned from you guys and what people were thinking on the design. Oh, we got something else out here. Let's see what this is. Now, on the last episode, we did get something we've actually never found on any of the other playthroughs, which is this little block right here in the front. I do love the sound out here, though. It's kind of creepy. It has this nice, like, wind-blown, almost, haunted desert-type feel to it. And this is a Let's wait for it to pop back up. Or not. It's a Geocore cab armor plate, an armor plate with a porthole in the side so that people inside can see out. And I was thinking that there might be some setup that you can do to connect these pieces and then remove the blocks behind it and put the weapon behind it. And therefore the weapon would be somewhat more protected than it is. And I think that's exactly what I was just talking about a little while ago. So it's kind of creepy that if it is that reason, I just came to the same conclusion right as I was finding the item that I was talking about. That's pretty cool, but pretty weird at the same time. I can't wait to see what this is. What is it gonna be? It kind of looks like venture blocks, maybe? No, it's a hat. It's a hat. I think it's the ice cream cone again, because I hadn't found it on this one yet. Now, somebody was telling me, and I'll have to look what the name is for you, so I do apologize, and I'll put it on the video afterwards, but somebody was letting me know that there was a hat that actually did something, and what it did was it allowed you to see the radar of the enemy. So basically you could see where all the enemies were on the map. I think that's a really cool idea, and they were saying that whichever radar you put on first becomes the default, the stronger of the two, but you could have both on. They just wouldn't be nearly as strong. They won't be equally as strong is what I'm saying. So if you put the regular radar, you can take that off, get rid of all your radars, then put the other one on, and that one will show you where all the enemies are in a very wide radius, which will allow you to go off looking for them and get more blocks and or avoid them altogether. Rather than with me, I kind of just head off in a direction, see what I can find, and most of the time, I just happen upon an enemy, whether it's a good time or not, and usually it's not a very good time. Usually it happens when I don't want it to, because a lot of the time when I go off exploring, I'm actually looking for something very much in Pacific. There's an enemy out here. I guess we should fight. Oh, no, that's too big of an enemy. We're gonna hold off on that. I think I probably would have found the airplane if if it was out here. I don't understand it. How did I miss it? Maybe it was, I don't know. I mean, maybe it was just on the map and it doesn't really show up very well unless you're really close to it, and that's why I didn't see it. It could be because I can't imagine it's gonna be like 4 or 5 or even 6 different terrains over from where you first start, because people were saying you can get it pretty early on, and you can't come out here pretty early on. This is tough, and if you don't know how to do it, if you're not bringing like your solar generator for your recharge bubble, or you're constantly destroying some of these resources so they can be turned into fuel, if you're not doing that sort of thing, you're really not going to be able to survive out here very long, because you don't have your base to run back to for security and to recharge and to just kind of redesign. Like if you redesign out here for too long, the invader shows up, and again, if you can't repair your bot in between fights, you're not going to survive, because the blocks that you're getting are already damaged because you just destroyed the bot that they were attached to. So you do have to have some kind of experience coming out here. I'm not going to say you got to be an expert or anything, but you do got to know a few little tips that will get you there. Otherwise, a new recruit kind of just coming into the game, coming out here and just seeing what it has to offer, really is going to get in some serious trouble and probably end up regretting it. You know, like they're not going to be happy with the results because they're going to lose like the best bot that they've gotten and all the blocks, and they will have to go back into their base and somehow afford the piece for a tractor pad if they didn't plan ahead and put one there. And we do got something out here. Let's see what it is before we turn back. Ooh, what is that? Is that a wing? Yeah, I almost want to keep going forward because we're finding items that we've never found before. What is this? Like a spoiler but for GSO? I don't think we've ever seen one for the GSO. GSO rudder aerofoil. Use this on the back of your flyer to help it stay. Oh, we are getting close. Huh. Nice. Or maybe I am completely off and I just happened upon one of the pieces out here because they figured we've already have found it by now. So, yeah, if you guys know, let me know if I went too far. But I'm going to shoot several of these videos tonight, so by the time you guys let me know, I'll probably have either figured it out or you'll have to watch like 4 or 5 more episodes before, you can let me know, and then I can actually take that knowledge into account. And, I don't really want any of this. Let's go back. And I probably should heal up. Yeah, I think I'll heal up here for a second. This looks like a good spot. Kind of flat right here, so I don't have to worry about getting stuck or anything. So let's do this. Put this down right here. Now, again, I like to put it on the inside of my base, or inside of my bot, because it gets pretty much the front part really well, and that's really the only part that ever gets damaged, even at all. Now, this yellow block over here was already damaged. I just didn't repair it since I took it off the enemy, and the same thing with that weapon. So, yeah, it actually doesn't need to be used nearly as often as I do it. Definitely, probably not every fight at this stage, but I'd rather be safe than sorry because I am really far away from my base, and there's nothing worse than losing your bot, but there's no feeling better than coming back with a bot like 4 times the size than when you left it. It's like not only did you come back, but you came back like triumphant with like the big, like if there was somebody there waiting, they'd be like, holy crap, right? You're coming back as like a knight in shining armor with like a laser gun strapped to your back or something, you not only went out and made something of yourself, but you went out and came back with a freaking jet as a toy or something, So yeah, I kind of like to do that when I leave, just as the role-playing aspect of the game, because oh crap, all of them, they all got destroyed. Seriously, that is some. I understand that it's a big explosion. I do some serious damage, but when something like that happens, that's disheartening because it's like, really, every single one of them got destroyed. Not one of them survived. It's just hard to believe that you did that much damage to those items. And yeah, they are weak items, but later on, they don't stay that way. Like I see people using the Geocore tractor pads. The enemies that come in, the invaders, often have those strapped to the sides on all sides, protecting them. So at some point, they do protect quite a bit. And just to see these always blow up, because in the beginning, those are the ones you really want the most often, simply because you don't. They're expensive and you don't see them too often. This is probably the only time you will see a bot like this out here in the desert, is when you're using a bot like mine. Like, that's pretty rare. Like, you're gonna see better bots than that out here. You're gonna. What is this? I don't want that. It's junk. Yeah, you two, you're all junk. I don't want any of that. I'm being snobbish right now. Definitely picking and choosing which ones I want. I should probably repair up, but I'm gonna wait and see if we can get to either a flatter region, which you can't get really much flatter than a desert, but I prefer to do it over in a grassy area, because I don't really feel like fighting another invader right now. Yeah, they would probably be good for my bot. I could get a couple more wheels, maybe even the big boy wheels, which are amazing. But my bot's really not designed for it. Like, I'd have to sit here and redesign the whole bot just to be able to use a few of those things. So, not really planning on doing that. Like, I don't really want to do that. This is a creepy, eerie region, but I love it. I don't know. It's like soothing, calm. just when, like, this is where I'd build my house, and I'd be that creepy guy out there. But when you actually got to know him, you'd be like, oh man, he's actually pretty cool, normal guy, living out in the desert, completely nuts, right? Like, who lives in the desert? This is just a cool sound, though. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, come on. So now that we settled this guy, the guy who owns this bot is a creepy guy who lives out in the desert. We need to design the bot for that guy. Like, what would that bot look like? It'd probably have, like, weird camo all over it. We're gonna have to find, like, some tarps and, like, some signs that say, come and take it. Or something. Something to give him that, like, creepy vibe that's like, yeah, probably not somebody I want to mess with. But at the same time, probably not somebody who's completely all there. Oh my god, this is perfect. He probably would have an ice cream cone on the top just for some strange, abnormal, like crazy reason. That's perfect. That's already, we didn't even know we were planning for it. We just lucked into that one, but maybe subconsciously I was like, yeah, that's why I like the ice cream one. It's like that ice cream man feel. Like that's what he would have. Oh my god, that would be so perfect. That would be even better than the camo. Is if he had the ice cream truck with like machine guns on it or something. That crazy dude, and it'd be like that would just be. It would be like straight out of a movie. That is like something you would only see in a movie. It sounds completely ridiculous for a reason. Oh, and I can't believe we come up with a character for this bot. This bot who's gone on such a large journey that we've decided he needs backstory and character development. Let's put this down over here. I guess I should leave a few on the side because they do like to target whatever region is your weakest for attacking. Can I not put a... I can't put one up here. There we go. It wouldn't let me put it over here. I still can't put it over here. Or over here. We'll leave it where it is then. I don't really want to mess with that for some reason. I don't know why it wouldn't let me put it up there on the block. Unless it was letting me, but it just wasn't showing up. But I don't want to take the chance of letting go and lose the weapon. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't lose it, but it gets attached to some weird place on your bot. It takes you like 5 minutes to find it. It's really not worth it when you can just go get another one. But yeah, you don't want little pieces all over your bot that you haven't cleaned up. So at some point you got to go in there. But usually I'll do that during a redesign. I guess we could kill him. I mean, he does seem pretty easy. And we did just repair up. And we could use a few more wheels. And it does seem like he has some nicer ones. There we go. If they don't all get destroyed. A couple of them did. Not all of them. So let's put those down here. And we'll put this one over here in the back. And again, this just gives me a little bit more traction to help my bot kind of grow up and get over some of these huge hills that are giving him a difficult time until he progresses to a point where he can actually maneuver around without worrying too much about it. And it is kind of like, when he's a younger bot, those are the things you have to worry about. And then as you get either bigger wheels, usually bigger wheels is the case, but if you know how to design it, which I'm just now learning, basically some techniques that are letting me really take advantage of some of this stuff. Like, it took me this long to do it. Some of you guys learned really quickly, or you sat there for a long time when you first got it and just experimented with a lot of this stuff that I just never really got around to because I've always been kind of playing catch up, from patch to patch. And let's kill this guy. But yeah, that's another reason I like taking my time in between the patches, is that it really lets me experiment with the game in an enjoyable way without constantly having to relearn it. And what I've heard too is if you have a save game, like we've already learned for ourselves, if you have a save game in one patch and you try to play it on another patch, it works, it plays, but it doesn't take into account all the changes. So when I went back to that other one, the airplane wasn't on the map because it was an old old save game, and at the time when it generated the world, there was no airplane pieces. And I probably passed this way long ago. It's gonna take me like 2 episodes to get back to my base if I ever decide to go there. And the worst case scenario is I go out there and fight that guy who actually looks like he has the hover pads. And if I go out there and fight that guy and die, holy crap, that would just be... Because I don't think we could get back. with a standard, regular, you know, forward-wheeled, crappy little bot that we start with. And he's not like, you know, horrible, but he's not capable enough, I don't think, to get us where we need to go. Which is, and if he is, it would just be a nightmare. Like, you would have to follow the terrain and move in and out of it and really take into account a whole lot of things. I guess that everything's healed up already except for that little back piece. We're not going to concern ourselves too much with that, although we probably should, but not going to worry about it right now. Let's at least put this down here so we can get a little bit more traction in the back if we need it. Man, he is big. This is probably going to be a mistake. There's another guy over here. We'll worry about him later. Probably a bad idea too, but oh man, that guy's freaking huge. And he does have some things on the front of him. I think they're yeah, I think he is hovering, because they do look like the rudder parts or the little blowers or whatever. No, those look like wheels. Dang it. I thought he was bigger than he was. Come on. Dang it. Turning the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. How did they know which way we're going? Oh, I knew I was going to regret it. Little punk came down here to attack at the worst time. Yeah, you're going to die though, punk. Come on, target the other guy. Kill him. Is he going to blow? I need him to blow up. We're going to pick this piece up real quick. Oh man, he was hitting my my repair bubble. I don't know if those can repair themselves. Should be able to. Imagine it'd be weird if they could. There we go. And he's completely decimated the front of my bot. I have like half the wheels I used to. Jeez, man. Oh, dang it. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to put some of these blocks back on because he's just annihilated all my weapons, all my blocks. Ugh. Put some of these back on before they disappear. Let's see. Actually, it wasn't that bad. Now that I'm looking at the damage, it's really not as bad as I thought it would be. We are going to... Actually, we have enough blocks. I'm just going to pick these up until I can come over here. And what we are going to do is basically the same thing we did before, which is come out another row and then come down here, if we can get this to stand up. That's another thing I have a problem with on these blocks as well as the big ones, is trying to get them to go in an upwards direction is not a very easy task. It can be done. Usually what it entails is trying to put extra blocks down that you wouldn't normally have put down, just so that they will attach to that, and then you can remove those and put the other one back. So it's like an extra few steps just to be able to do what should be somewhat of an easy task. Like, it doesn't need to be difficult. I wouldn't understand any reason why they would make it difficult other than unintentionally. So I'm guessing they will eventually get around to fixing that. I know they are planning on doing that with the big yellow ones. Somebody's mentioned that as well. That is something they're aware of, and that's something they are planning on changing. So I don't know. Until they do, you just kind of have to you know, do the best you can with it. But it is somewhat. How far out did I go over here? So that one goes all the way and goes out one more. And this weapon's not even on anymore. Let's go ahead and put this over here. It went out just one more. Yep, that's right. Okay. And this must have went down over here. We will move these weapons for now because we want to... actually, we want to go up one. So I'm trying to do it lined up with the other one as well, just to make sure everything is the way it should be. There we go. Because if you don't do it evenly on both sides, you're going to run into the problem of the fact that one side is a little further out, and so that one can get up the hill just fine, but the other side isn't. And even if you're not somebody who likes to do it, you know, symmetrical all the time, in this situation, you kind of have to. Like, it's really the only method that works all the time and will give you the least amount of problems. At least from what I found. Maybe you guys know a better solution than doing this. But for me, this works with the small GSO ones, obviously, but it also works with the larger GeoCore ones, which finding something that works with both, see, like, look how fast that is moving. I'm not over encumbered. I just put on tons and tons of blocks, and I'm not over encumbered. None of my wheels are screeching, and oh, that fell off somewhere. Actually, it's another wheel. We'll put that on the front over here. Oh no, there goes our satellite or radar. Let's put that back on. Put it right there for now. We'll move it in further in a minute. But I'm also left with a lot of vacuum in the middle, so that I can do what I want with it later on, which again is just an extra added little advantage that's pretty amazing. Like, to have that, I love the ability to do that. Come on, turn. Come on. What in the world? Why won't you move there? See, I mean, there we go, finally. That's all I wanted. I'm not asking for the moon here. Let's see, we got some more out here. I need to pick this stuff up before the guy spawns out here. Put that weapon there. I'll go ahead and pick that up real quick. You know, the invader, because we are kind of out in the desert. So that guy could spawn any moment, and I'm in pretty bad shape here as far as damage, and I haven't been able to take the time to put the thing down, my repair bubble. So I will come up here into the grassland. Come on, booster, to the rescue. Yeah, booster. Oh my god, I like that booster. That is a nice booster. That is exactly what I've been sorely missing on a lot of my bots. You get a lot of the time they will get stuck in a just a bad spot, and if you just had that booster, if I just had that extra little oomph to get out of it, a lot of the time I wouldn't have to sit there and redesign my entire bot just to get out of that spot, which is unfortunately what you have to do if you don't plan ahead. And too many times I never plan ahead, and it really just sucks so bad to have to go back and do it on camera and be like, you know, because I was lazy off camera and I didn't you know, plan for something like this, now I have to sit here and redesign it. Although some of you guys said that you like the redesigning part as much as I do, and I actually do find that as one of the most enjoyable aspects to this game, is being able to try out new ideas and see where they go. Like, sometimes they don't work at all, and you just feel like an idiot because, you know, it's like the worst idea you could have done, and, you know, it proved that it was, you know. But other times, it's pretty fun to do an idea that tends to work out pretty well, and it's not, you know, one of those things that you can really replace too easily. And what did I just take off over there? We need to grab this, and we should grab that. It's gonna pop these off, so let's move these over here. We do have an enemy coming up, so I'm trying basically to move this block right here, and then I can put this block down going upwards if it will let me. And there we go, just like that. And that will give me a few more blocks to mess around with over here. Basically the ones that have two on, or these single ones, which will allow me to go up and down, which is exactly where I need to go, just so I can get this done. And I can put a couple wheels on there later in a few minutes, but I want to get it all set up so that as soon as I find those wheels, I can just attach them. Come on, seriously? Like, how many times do I have to scroll the wheel before it goes in the direction I really want? And you all know what direction I'm talking. There we go, finally. That took forever. Let's go ahead and pick up our recharge bubble, and we'll put it over here, and we're going to move this in here somehow. Let's see, can we get it down there without it getting stuck on? There we go. And we'll attach the bubble. Now, I do like doing... Oh, crap. There's a guy literally right on top of us. Dang it. Pick it up. Pick it up. Oh, man, he's just ramming us right now. Die, punk. He's like right underneath us. Does he not have any weapons? Oh, all he has is the ram. So that's what he was doing on the back of us. You're a little punk, man. I do get nothing out of you. Like, I destroyed everything from that guy. Oh my god, man. I thought for a second that was like, we're gonna lose everything because I'm not paying close enough attention. And that could very well have been the case right there. I could have been too wrapped up in, you know, designing my bot and building a new one that I wasn't paying close enough attention, and I've done that before. It sucks so bad. Because you just basically have to admit that, you know, you were an idiot, and you should have been watching what was going on. Can I not go down one more? You know, what's going to happen is I'm going to have to remove those tires to be able to go down one more. But it does touch. You know, like, I don't want it to go down more than that. I just want to be able to turn with this thing. There we go. It turns. It's just, you know, it's not that quick. Takes a little while. I should have that little beeping noise. A beep, 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 beep. You guys hear? I don't know if they have that in other countries when really, really big vehicles are moving. They have to, by law, I think, make a noise so that if anybody's back there, because again, you know, they can't see jack. They don't have a rearview mirror on the front of their, you know, their window because it's being blocked by, you know, whatever amount of tonnage of crap that they're harvesting that day. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think it's the same one. We're gonna go ahead and use our boosters. Come on. This is one of the problems I've seen running into is if you put on the blocks like that and then don't put on a wheel, a lot of the time you'll find that it's worse than just not having the blocks there at all, because then they will start to drag. This is exactly what's kind of happening to me. Is I shouldn't have put those down unless I had the wheels to replace them, but I did anyways. And until we can get a few more wheels, or at least a couple more bigger ones, but again, I don't really want to mess with the bigger ones. In fact, are we heading back home? I think we are. I don't know if we want to head back home yet. I think we're going to keep going. I think at this point, we are so far away that we might as well see what's at the end. Although there is no end to this, if you guys hadn't known. This is an endless map that just goes on and on and on. So if you travel out in one direction for an hour, you will have to travel back in that direction for at least an hour to get back to where your base is. So that is kind of where we're at right now. Is we're about an hour out from our main base right now. That is going to be one heck of a long return. So I want to see if I can find anything out here. There has to be something. Like, we found 1 or 2 pieces, but that can't be all that's here. Now, I will return to my base almost like a beast with all of these blocks. And I'm going to come back, you know, 10 times bigger than when I left. That is, of course, if my base is even there. Now, the only thing that couldn't be destroyed will be the, what do they call it? The payload studio, you know, payload thing or whatever. You know, the terminal that you can order things from if you have the cash. And really, the only way I can earn any cash at this point, if my base is destroyed, is by defeating bots. Every time you destroy a bot, you get a little bit extra cash. Every time you kill a invader, you get a whole bunch of money. So if you're able, if you have the pieces like I do, where I could technically go out and harvest the enemies for cash, and then I could go back into my payload studio and buy the pieces I needed to kind of rebuild and earn cash from collecting resources, and then eventually, you know, all the pieces I needed. So there is a way to recover from that if you can recharge your bot. But if you can't, that's pretty much game over. Like, there's no way around that. Because as far as I know, you're not going to win. I mean, I guess you could. I guess you could sit there for so long that you could find another enemy with the little tiny blocks that you have, and you could go back and kill another enemy and get a little bit more blocks. And somewhere along the way, you would earn a lot of money from killing those little guys, but you would have to start over so many times because, again, you can't repair your blocks when you get them. And so you would get some off of the next enemy, but they'd be damaged. You get some off of the next, and at some point, the bots will get stronger and stronger and stronger like they always do, and he will just come over there and, like, one-shot every one of your blocks because they're all damaged, and his aren't. Come on, turn. Wouldn't even let me turn the camera so I can see what's coming at us. What size is that? It looks pretty big, but it looks like it might have some pieces we don't have. Looks like it's going pretty quick, too. Come on, die, punk. No, he doesn't have anything we don't have. Let's see if we can get something off of him, though. We don't destroy it all. Oh, no, it all got destroyed. Oh, what are these pieces? Is it gold? Oh, I've seen those. Those are used in quite a few very advanced recipes, you know. Those are pretty nice. You definitely should pick up some of that. Now, again, we didn't take our base with us, and we might have tried to do that. I mean, we could have supported the weight, I think, although we probably would have been getting stuck a little bit more than we have been, which, you know, may or may not be a good thing. I mean, if we get stuck, we have to redesign our bot. We redesign our bot, we create something cooler than what we had before. At least I think that's the way it should work. And most of the time, from what I've seen, that is the way it works, you know. Unless, of course, you're just being lazy and throwing on a whole bunch of pieces because they're giving them to you. Because you don't always need to wear everything they give you. Granted, you know, most of the time that is going to be the case, but later on in the game, you know, once you get to a certain point, you will find that you leave quite a bit of stuff on the ground. And if you don't pick, I mean, if you do pick it up, it's mainly for the fact that you can then, you know, recycle it and make a little bit of cash off of it. Like, you're not keeping it on your bot. I do like these wheels in the back. They seem to make quite a bit of a difference. Again, once you go with the bigger wheels, having a road down this far is usually not a good idea. You usually want to keep that hollow, almost like I've done here. So when I come back at a later date, I don't need to remove very much down here. Basically just the wheels and a few blocks here and there, which will allow me to keep the majority of my bot intact, which is exactly what I want. I probably should do like a giant circle or square all the way around my base. Like start heading to the west or something like that, or to the east. What do we got over here? Another one of those sucky little guys, nothing special. I wonder why we're not getting any venture. Like, if you come out into the desert, you're supposed to get geocore blocks more than anything else, and you're supposed to get venture blocks in the sandy desert, or not desert region, but the sandy area. But I'm not seeing that. Like, I came out here with nothing but GSO blocks, and that's all they've been giving me. And I have gotten one geocore block off of Invader, but usually when you come out here, you just find them. Like, those are the ones that spawn. So it may be that I haven't put enough playtime on this particular, because I got to this point pretty quickly once I put my mind to it, and I was trying to get there, you know, late last night, just trying to power through it a lot quicker than I did the first time, because I knew what I was doing and I knew where to go. So I don't know, it just seems like it's just weird. Like, we should be getting those blocks, and we did on previous playthroughs. Unless we just kind of freaked it out, like we're too far away from our base that it just like has no idea what we're doing and why we're heading out here this early on and stuff. I guess that could be the case, but I don't see it being that intelligent to know that. You know, like taking into account your playtime. Let's see, we got a few more wheels, which is exactly what we need. Let's put those over here. I guess we can pick up one of these tractor pads. Don't really need them. They do add more weight to my bot, but at some point I'm gonna want to harvest stuff, and I know that when I really need those, they're gonna be nowhere to be found, and they're somewhat expensive. I mean, if I can save any money just by carrying it around on me, and it's really not causing too big of an issue, then I'd rather do that than try to sit there and go out and harvesting. Ooh, oh yeah. Big giant tractor pad. Oh my god. Can we kill him without destroying it is the concern. I don't know, but he doesn't have any more weapons, so we can take our time. No, don't destroy it. Picking that sucker up. And you can see this one actually makes it far easier to go vertical than any of the other blocks, and it's just kind of weird that they took that into account to do that more than anything else. Even the ones that you really could use. Let's see, we have, what other piece do we have? GSO refinery. Well, we can refine some stuff if we really want to, but we're not going to do that right now. We are going to put, if it will let me do it, going straight. Can we not? Is this stuff in the way, maybe? I don't think it is, but maybe it is. Let's take these out. Although this is exactly where I want them. I don't want them out here. This would be too dangerous. Let's Let's put these down, say, right there. Come on, go straight. There we go. Nice. Okay, so that's kind of what I want. But I want to be able to put my things down there. Like this definitely has to go down here. And this needs to go right next to it. Yep, that's exactly how I want it. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and put it over here. And we will take this other wheel, because you can just never have enough of these things. Can we put it back here? No, but we need another block, because we should have one there already. Let's put that right there. We probably lost this a while back, and I just never replaced it. Although it doesn't seem to want to put it there as well as it should. There we go. And we do need to repair our bot pretty soon, but it's not too big of a deal because the bot itself has not been taking damage nearly as much as, you know, it kind of looks like. Basically, the pieces that are damaged are pieces that we haven't been repairing since we've gotten them. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. But I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here, guys, because I don't want to make these too long, and it doesn't really seem like this desert is going to end anytime soon. And I'm going to keep going north. I think somebody told me the airplane was north, so we are going north. Somebody's like, you missed it within the first 5 minutes. Yeah, but we did find one item, and maybe that's worth an hour. I don't know. I kind of hope there's something out here. If we get... I'm going to say if we get to the next green area up here and there's nothing there, like nothing at all, we're going to go ahead and turn around. And instead of going straight south, because that's kind of what we did, is went straight north, I'm going to turn and go to the east and then come back south. And that way we can run across a few different regions on the way back and maybe run across a few other items rather than kind of just retracing our steps. And at the very least, we can, you know, keep building our bot to a size that is going to be pretty sweet. I know we have to find it somewhere. I should have brought my whole base with me, and I could just be pumping out a new little bot in between each video with the different blocks that we found. And maybe that would even increase the likelihood of us finding more of these bots. But as it stands right now, we're really not finding the stuff we should be, I don't think. And it's kind of getting a little ridiculous. So again, guys, if you do enjoy these videos, hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Make sure to leave those comments below. I always love hearing back your ideas and your thoughts. And if I ever say anything incorrect, I love the fact that you guys will put that down below and let the viewers know. I'm not an expert on the game. I don't ever pretend to be. I'm just somebody who enjoys playing the game and likes to allow or journey with you guys, basically, because you know, every time you guys make a suggestion, I try to take it into the video game and show you guys what would happen, you know, if I did that, you know, or if you do this or go over here or try this out, you know, so you guys are affecting what we do and where we go with this game, and I greatly enjoy that. You know, there's a guy out there, but we're not going to fight here. But again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.